tonight we've got a special guest on the show, the newly crowned 145-pound featherweight champion of the world, Mr. Kai Stewart. What's happening, brother? You good?
Oh yeah, we're good. This is awesome, and it's an
That looks
absolute
good,
honor
mate. It looks good.
It's an honor to finally be on your guys' show. I've been watching it for a while now, and super pumped to be here.
Sweet, mate. Thank you very much for coming on, by the way, taking your time out to come on the Fuse UK. It's much appreciated, bro.
Heck yeah. So how are you guys doing? Did you guys enjoy the show?
Yeah, quality, mate. Unbelievable. But just before we get into that, mate, I was wondering if we could start off by asking where it all began for you, your journey in the combat sports. When did it begin?
Yeah, it started in youth wrestling, Fort Benton, Montana. The Little Longhorn wrestling team, way back in 2004, 2005, and I worked my butt off, and I took so many losses as a kid. Took losses as a high school wrestler, took big L's in college because of COVID and injuries and all that.
Yeah.
And then, I started 2019 in MMA, and I never would have thought I was going to be in bare knuckle. Like, bare knuckle never crossed my mind until they needed ticket sellers. And I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'll do it. And I was for real about doing one fight. But I enjoyed it so much that, my wrestler mentality, I said, oh, I can beat anybody in my division. So here we are, world champ. So I'd say it all worked out for the better,
Yeah, definitely. Because you were undefeated as a MMA fighter as well. Is that right?
So as pro MMA, yes. As an amateur, I went 7-3. I had some really decent scraps. My 3 losses all came by close decision or split decision. So it's been a fun ride. And right now, as a professional athlete, I'm 5-0. So
nice. That's very nice. So before you got the call, or when you realised that you're a good ticket seller and you wanted to do the bare knuckle, were you a bare knuckle fan? Did you watch the BKFC and that?
I actually, prior to me doing it, I watched one event, and that was whenever Joe Riggs fought for the title. And this is an ironic situation because like a couple weeks prior to his fight, he sucker punched me and messed up my eye where I had to pull out of an MMA fight, my right eye. And in his title fight, he got a knuckle into that right eye, and that's what ended his hopes and dreams of being a world champion. So it was very, very bittersweet whenever I saw that, and I was like, I never really hope for people's downfall, but because it was such an ironic situation, I did. That was the only bare knuckle fight I really watched other than clips. I saw clips of it and I was like, dang, this is cool, but never really was a big I can't even say I wasn't even I wasn't a big fan because that sounds negative, but I just didn't really watch it, And then as soon as I signed, I watched every single event I can try just to see what I was getting myself into,
Yeah, and how would you compare it compared to the MMA bout you've been in, like the nerves and everything? Is it totally different for you?
It was until this fight. I was supposed to fight Jack Claffey whenever I fought Rusty Crowder, but Jack Claffey ghosted everybody, and I ended up fighting Rusty, and I knew that was a step up in competition, so I had crazy nerves. I've never been in a street fight in my life. I really so there was nerves before that one. At this point, it's a competition to me, and I was so calm, cool, and collected the whole night on Friday. My coaches were actually like, "Are you good? Are you internally dealing with something?" But I was like, "No, man, I'm just ready to compete. I'm ready to go." So it's definitely different, and I think it's more fun. I don't know if there's some subconscious nerves that are making it more fun than MMA for me, but MMA, because of my wrestling background, I take in bare knuckle, I feel like I have absolutely nothing to lose. In MMA, as a high level wrestler, everybody's just watching. Everybody's watching to make fun of me. And honestly, they're gonna watch and make fun of me in bare knuckle if I were to ever lose. But in my eyes, it's like I'm not a boxer. I'm here doing my thing. So no pressure. But it's definitely the atmosphere, the build-ups, the professionalism, because it's such a huge thing. Definitely a lot more fun, I'd say, is bare knuckle.
Yeah, because I know this fight Friday just gone. It was more than just a title fight for you, wasn't it? This was like a real beef fight.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us the
This
story behind that?
yeah. So I kind of went into it right there. Joe Riggs just don't like me. He's threatened by me. I put my name on here as Joe Riggs's worst nightmare. Um,
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
yeah, and it's like the beef. Like Louie and I had a lot of beef, like prior to Joe Riggs. But Louie's not good at all at MMA, and so we thought it faded. Our opportunity to fight came and gone. The beef was over. Blah blah blah. Until he went and trained with Joe Riggs, and then I left Joe Riggs's gym. We trained together for a really short stint, but yeah, the beef really was with Joe, and I'm so grateful because I really believe that good will always be evil, and Joe Riggs is not a good human being, and I went out there and took care of business. That I took care of the beef, and they're still going to run their mouth. They're still doing their crybaby stuff, but in the end, they'll never have this. So it was a very very sweet moment for me because it's almost like this that sounds so lame and weird, but Joe Riggs really is just a bully, and I got to defeat my bully on Friday night, and it feels so good. It feels so good to get that grudge and beef over with. On my end, it's over. Like I'm not gonna go out in the street. Maybe in interviews, I'll keep saying some stuff here and there, but like out in the street, their name doesn't even cross my mind because it's like that fight was supposed to end all that beef, and here they are still just talking mad shit. So it is what it is.
Did Louie Lopez come how you thought he was going to come on Friday?
Yeah, he did surprise me. He was better than I thought. But the fight went exactly how we planned, exactly how we trained for it. We knew the first round was going to be the worst round for me. I'm not only am I a slow starter, but Louis only has about a round in him, and the knock surprised me because like I've never knocked anybody even in sparring. I'm just like a grinder. I'm a point fighter. I want to go into those later rounds, and once I got that knock, I was like, it's over. Like I just have to stay cool. I got to keep my head, but I just got to do my thing, and I'm gonna beat this guy. So it definitely went as planned, but he was definitely tougher than what I thought he was gonna be.
Yeah, and what's it been like back at where you live since you've become the champion? I bet it's been crazy, hasn't it?
Yeah, being a small town, like I do take this belt literally everywhere. Like it's gonna be a
Yeah.
while before I put it in the trophy case, but uh, like I went to a food truck roundup today, and just the level of support from youth wrestlers, my former teachers. It's for like a teacher convention thing that they're having, but the support is overwhelming. And I figured that would be that way, being a small town, first Montana world champion in like 42 years or something like that. So I figured for how small of a town it was going to be cool, like really cool because I love attention, but it's like overwhelming. It's amazing. I'm definitely a star in town right now, and it feels good. It definitely feels good.
Lap it up, brother. You deserve every bit of it. What's the plans for you now then? I've heard you say in other interviews that the next fight could be Dak Win. Is that the
Yeah,
fight you're looking for?
I'm hoping for him or Jimmy Rivera. Like I do think like the Brandon Allen fight, it excites me. Howard Davis, it excites me. But nothing gets my blood going, the nerves going. Like I really want to fight that big name. I want to fight Dat Win he's a former champion. He went the distance with pound for pound number one.
Yeah.
And I want to like I earned this belt. I am the world champion. But I don't think like Louie Lopez, I still have a lot of growth to do. I started boxing less than a year and a half ago. So
Yeah.
it's like I know I have a lot of room to build, and I know I need to build. Otherwise, these fights against Dat, Jimmy Rivera, like the high level names, aren't going to go that well. But I do know how hard I'm going to grind. I do know that my fight IQ is just I think it's unmatched in my division, and it excites me, and it's going to build me as a man and a fighter to fight somebody like Datwin and Jimmy Rivera. So I'm really hoping for Datwin. It's really sounding like Datwin in terms of he's getting older. He was probably going to retire somewhat soon, so he needs a last fight. He needs a last dance, and I think he deserves the title shot. So I'm really hoping for that fight. Yes.
Yes, that is a great fight at that, and it'd make for a great fight too. Every fight he's had, he's been in quality fights, and he's a legend in the BKFC, and one of the best fighters that they've ever had, in my opinion. That.
Yep.
But moving on from there, would you ever like to come to the UK and fight in the UK to defend your belt?
Heck yeah, I heard y'all are rowdy over there. So I don't know if you're gonna be Great Falls rowdy though. I don't think so. Great Falls is crazy. There was like people getting arrested and all sorts of shit, but it was a good time. But heck yeah, I want to use fighting as for traveling, and I would love to do that. And down the road, I would love to see America versus UK and just have our champions go against #1 contenders from over there. I think that would be a great show. Who doesn't like a good old fashioned UK versus the USA? Like come on, like that's a classic. So, but yeah, I would love to travel over there. I heard it's great over there, and I'm sure there's some UK guys or European guys that would love to come take this from me. And I offer all challenges. Because I want to get better. I do want to get better as a combat sports athlete, and you don't get better by talking about it. So I'm ready to be about it.
Yeah, there's a guy from over here fighting on the 1st of July called Gary Fox in your weight, and I think he'd make a great fight used to. That'd be a class fight.
Nice. Yeah, that would be a fun place to travel to. Maybe come watch a fight one of these days, but it's expensive to get over there. You know what I mean? So, really, yeah, the UK sounds like a great place, and just the history over there, the architecture over there. It sounds like a really fun place to go. So, 100%.
Yeah, sweet, mate. Well, I know you're a busy man today, and you've got things that you need to do. But before we wrap it up, mate, is there anybody that you'd like to give a shout out to? Any sponsors? Anyone you want to give a big up to, bro?
Yeah, so Halftime Sports Bar here in good old Great Falls, Montana. They have fueled my fight camps in terms of support, and they have fueled my hungry weight cut belly with their post-fight tacos for so many fights, because I love fighting my home crowd. Everybody tells me, you're fighting in your hometown only. That's all you're going to be used for. I accept it. I love it. Like, why? Like, why is that a problem? But yeah, thank you. Shout out to Halftime. Native Grown, my boys over there offered me high level care throughout camp and throughout getting rid of all this. The best, statistically best weed dispensary in the state. They've won their awards. And then we got a plethora of others that I'm going to be making posts for them. But I love all my sponsors, and I'm to the moon for everybody that supports me. And if you don't support me, get used to hearing my name, because you're gonna get super upset if you keep getting mad about it.
100%, bro. And again, I really appreciate you coming on. Congratulations on the win again, mate. Go and lap it all up, because you deserve every bit of it. And we'll catch up very soon, my mate.
Sweet. Thank you, man. Wait, what was that last part?
I said we'll catch up again very soon. We'll do some more bits together.
Perfect. Thank you, sir, so much for having me on. We'll talk soon.
Spot on, Kai. Thank you, bro.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Ta-ra. Yes, people. Nice one for tuning in there. That's the new BKFC featherweight world champion, Kai Stewart. I'm going to put his social media in the description, so make sure you go over there, guys. Follow him on his journey. Got some big fights in the pipeline. But we've got some more guests coming on soon. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Good night. God bless.